We don't know how much would this tax cuts for automobiles, but Maruti, we were talking to the management the other day and they sounded very optimistic about more profitable growth over the next 12 than the previous 12. We've seen that production numbers moving up for the month gone by as well after a 9-month cut. How do you think the setup is for two-wheelers, for the space at large? How does it all move?
Yeah. That's a good question, because I think what we saw between the year 2001 and 2013, we saw, for example, in the passenger car segment, we saw a compounded annual growth rate in terms of volume sales of 13%, 1-3. However, from 2004 to 2019, i.e. over the last 5.5 years or so, we've seen that compounded annual growth come down to only a mere 6%. So there clearly is an issue and a problem. I think, on the tax front and the GST front, I don't think a lot of people actually know this, but there are actually 6 slabs within the auto space. And also the constant back and forth within different ministries commenting on what should be done with respect to GST for the automobile sector has left consumers confused as to what really to do. So I think there are issues which are obviously very significant. The CV space has been particularly hurt. Ashok Leyland just announced some more production cuts for the month of December. Though I think intrinsically it's a great story, but and everything's good at a price. But the fact is, if you're still in the month of December, in the current month, going in for production cuts, it clearly tells you all is not well on the CV front. Specifically on passenger cars, the month of October was the best month specifically year to date, because you had the twin festivals of Dussehra and Diwali together. And usually and historically, the month after Diwali has been a weak month, but November surprisingly wasn't as bad. So I think there are some green shoots. You've also seen cars like the MG Hector, which obviously has done extremely well. So there are certain pockets which seem to be doing better. The bigger issue with the automobile sector, besides just GST and the confusion around it, is the fact that the lack or the limited availability of financing. So even when I speak to NBFCs or banks who have been very active in the automobile financing space, have said that they've significantly retrenched. So the number of rejects for automobile loan applications has now, I believe, hit as high as 25%, which wasn't the case a few years earlier. So I think financing is, again, a very important element of the automobile financing, automobile sales. And as a result, if that doesn't improve, I don't think you'll see that improve anytime soon.
Right. Gautam, while your point is well taken on the rest of the pack, we had Muthoot Capital joining us just a few days ago talking about two-wheeler financing. And he said that they're actually doing okay with regards to growth. And for the two-wheeler space, the dynamics are pretty different from what passenger vehicles or CVs or the others are. It's more of a necessity at times for people to travel from point A to point B. So not more of a luxury, but more of a necessity. In that sense, do you feel that two-wheelers as a pocket will likely do much better?
It should do better because it's a lower ticket item. So I would think that should clearly do better. And as you said, if indeed the financing is a lot better and NBFCs like Muthoot are willing to indeed fund the two-wheeler space versus the passenger car or the CV space, then I guess that should be positive news for the two-wheeler industry.